I am the Gridiron Ghost, the voice that lingers in the quiet between echoes. Tonight, we travel north, to the land of cold winds, stubborn pride, and stadiums carved from ice and iron. The Big Ten Championship, a December battle that feels less like a football game and more like a winter trial. Here, teams do not arrive with swagger, they arrive with scars, because in the Big Ten, glory is not granted by speed or spectacle. It is earned through months of frost, mud, and unyielding resolve. This is the final gate, the summit, the title that crowns the kings of America's heartland. The Big Ten Championship began in 2011. Before that, champions were crowned by record, by reputation, or by the force of public argument. But the sport had changed. The nation wanted clarity. The conference needed a showcase. And so, under the roof of Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, the Big Ten staged its first official title fight. Wisconsin versus Michigan State. Two teams built from the Midwestern blueprint. Grit, discipline, and heavy footsteps on frozen ground. It ended 42-39. Not with a thud, but with fireworks. And a new tradition was born. Land with a simple sentence. The Big Ten found its stage. Lights blazed through the dome. Scarlet, blue, maize, green. Colors crash together in waves. The opening kick spins into the crisp indoor air. A returner fields it clean, steps right, bursts through a seam. Crowd roaring behind him like a winter storm. He's dragged down at midfield. Momentum slams into the stadium like thunder. Indianapolis became the unlikely capital of Big Ten football. In a conference defined by farmland, snowflakes, and Saturday gray skies, the title game found a home beneath bright lights and polished steel. A neutral site, but not really, because every fan brings the weight of their state with them. Ohio State quickly made the venue its second home. The Buckeyes marched into the championship again and again. 2014, 2017, 2018, 2019. Urban Meyer and Ryan Day carved a dynasty inside that blue horseshoe of a stadium. And some of those games changed college football. 2014, Ohio State versus Wisconsin, 59-0. A demolition so complete that the selection committee had no choice but to send a once-overlooked Buckeye squad into the inaugural college football playoff. Land with a simple sentence. They won the national title a month later. Iowa unbeaten, Michigan State relentless. The final drive, 90 yards of tension, grit, and silence. Connor Cook hands off to L.J. Scott. Hit once, twice, 3 times. He stretches the ball across the plane. Touchdown. Spartans win. The stadium erupts in disbelief. A game remembered not for flash, but for will. The Big Ten tells stories through struggle. Cold Novembers, battered linemen, running backs who carry winters in their shoulders. The championship became the stage where those stories converge. The place where the season breathes its final icy breath. Wisconsin became the conference's iron gatekeeper, a program built on linemen the size of red barns, on running backs who churned through snow like steam engines. They reached the game 5 times in 7 years, always pounding, always pushing, always close. But the Big Ten Championship has no sympathy. It rewards only domination. Land with a simple sentence. Titles are taken by force. A quarterback drops back, pocket crumbling. He fires between 2 linebackers. Caught. A tight end rumbles down the seam. He hurdles a defender. Crowd detonates. This is Midwest football at high speed. A running back lowers his shoulder. Helmet meets chest plate. First down. Sidelines erupt in frostbitten joy. A final field goal, 48 yards, lined up against destiny. Snap. Hold. Kick. The ball climbs toward the rafters and sneaks inside the uprights. Title roar behind him. Championship sealed. The Big Ten Championship isn't pretty. It isn't elegant. It is a grindstone, sharpening the toughest team until sparks fly. This conference was built on steel mills, cornfields, lakes, silos, and sweat, and its championship reflects that identity. Every December, the Midwest gathers to see who still stands after the cold has tested them all. In recent years, Michigan resurrected an old flame, hard-nosed defense, ground-and-pound relentlessness. Rivalry scars turned into fuel. They stormed into Indianapolis and reasserted a legacy long asleep. The Big Ten Championship became a hinge point, where past, present, and future collide beneath a single roof. Land with a simple sentence. Champions aren't born here. They arrive ready. Final minute.
Crowd at full volume. A quarterback checks the defense, motions the tight end. Pressure coming, blitz explodes off the edge. He steps up, lets it fly. End zone, both players rise, hands collide. Caught, touchdown.
Bedlam inside the dome. This is not a game. This is the last stand of winter. The Big Ten championship is a reminder of what this sport once was and what it still can be. Hard, honest, earned, not through flash, but through force. Under the lights of Indianapolis, the Midwest crowns its kings. And every December, new echoes rise to join the rest. Next, we head west, to a conference in its final breaths. A farewell to tradition, a eulogy written in turf and twilight, the final Pac-12 championship, echoes of a falling giant. I am the Gridiron Ghost. You've been listening to Campus Chronicles, Beyond the Game, where history speaks and the stories never rest. Until next time, keep your spirit loud, your history close, and remember, the echoes never fade.